encounter with me, you have to be a change person. At least you got to go and change something. Okay, so the first point is you've got to change your patterns. Now you may ask me what kind of patterns I wrote on the book. I have 2 books that I have written, so they actually are outside, and I will encourage you to actually grab yourself a copy or so. Now on that book I talk about the kind of patterns we have, the behaviors we portray, the attitudes, the beliefs. You know, sometimes, you know what we call a definition of insanity? When people bathi uyasangana manje. What is that? Absolutely. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. You know, every year in, year out, you're dealing with the same nonsense. But you're expecting something different, but you're not doing anything different. So it is about time to say to yourself, take stock of your life and say, everything else that's going wrong in my life, in my professional career, in my personal life, what is it that I'm not doing right? Or what is it that I can change so that I can get what? Different results. Secondly, you've got to be accountable. Now, anybody, can you tell me what the difference is between accountability and responsibility? Are those words the same? What is the difference? What is responsibility? Say again? No, when I say to you, you're responsible for this, whatever, A, B, C, D, E, what do I mean? You have, okay, you get assigned duties, right? What's your responsibility, ma'am? Your work. What do you do? HOD. Okay, whatever that is, she has her own duties, right? Those are her responsibilities. Now, if I say she is accountable to making sure that her duties are performed, what does that mean? That means the buck stops with her. When those duties are not performed, who should I be asking? Do I need to go to MEC or whoever and say, well, why is so-and-so not doing their job? No. Because, you see, the reason we have lack of productivity in organizations is because we don't hold people accountable. People have been given and assigned duties and responsibilities, and when they don't do what they ought to be doing, nothing happens. And they keep on saying, oh, I'm responsible for this and that, but my boss is accountable. No, no, no. Responsibility and accountability goes together. If you separate them, you're heading for trouble. That's on your professional life. So you are both responsible and accountable to achieving results. Okay? Now, on your personal life, there's accountability too, because remember, even at work, accountable people ask different questions. They don't pinpoint, say, oh, if it wasn't for HR, I wouldn't be in this situation. If it wasn't for that foolish finance department, I would. No, they go to finance and say, finance, I'm waiting for that, for me to be productive. What can I do to assist you so that I'm able to receive that? They realize that they're part of the organization, and they're part of the solution, not a problem. That's accountable people. Okay? So, in your personal life, how many of us have heard, both male and women, have you had people in your life that have said, especially women, would come and say, well, I don't know what it is about me. Oh, I don't know what's wrong. I'm so poor me. I've met 5 different guys in the last 5 years. And all of them treat me the same. They beat me up, they call me names, they do all these terrible things to me. Have you heard of people like that? Now, the question is, these men, and if you start asking, do these people know each other? Say, no, they don't. Do they come from the same family? No. Where do they come from? One is from Mpumalanga, one is from KwaZulu-Natal, one is from Limpopo, Zola, all of that. And you say, okay, who is the common denominator here? It's me, all right? What kind of question? Remember I said earlier, accountable people ask different questions. What should this woman be asking? Instead of saying, oh, I don't know what's wrong with these people. They all do this to me. What should she be asking instead as an accountable person? Until she asks herself and say, what is it about me that attracts these kind of people, then she will be able to deal with the situation and do something different. You understand? Because she doesn't look at herself as a victim. Now she starts taking stock and say, where do I meet them? Maybe at the funeral. Maybe the funeral is not such a good place to meet people. Maybe at the club. Then the club is not the right place to meet anybody that you can have a longevity kind of relationship with. Or you may say, when I'm vulnerable, those kind of people, when you're vulnerable, you're thinking when somebody smiles